is TC as always. I am an amazing launch and sales automation strategist. I'm all things launches, funnels, automated systems, helping you get the work done as regards to driving in quality leads and ensuring that you're converting all of those clicks, right? Those views, those reach, converting them into repeat paying customers. We have this space every single Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where we basically talk about the behind the scenes of your business. What literally gets you those quality leads, what helps you into converting, you know, that audience, mind, body, soul, money wise, just think about it. All things entrepreneurship, and that's basically why we call this space the Entrepreneur's Corner. It's all about your business and you, right? I have with me always the amazing human design brand strategist, Erin. We talk about pushing out those content, we talk about marketing, we talk about selling. But do you know what intentionally you need to put in place to ensure that you are confidently marketing and selling your ideas as solutions to your target audience? Usually we say yes, but realistically, the answer is usually no. And that's why if you don't have an Erin in your life, you literally want to check it because you need one. So, Erin, please, I'll meet your mic. Let us know who you are, what you do, why we dive into this conversation. Over to you, Erin.
Yes, thank you so much, TC. So yes, my name is Erin, and I'm a human design brand strategist. And so I help Black women experience the mindset shifts they need to confidently sell their offers, right? Their services. And so just really kind of bouncing off of what TC is saying. It's really hard, I think, and I've absolutely been in this space before, so maybe people can relate, where you have something really powerful for the market, but you just feel like you can't get the words out, to be able to sell it. You can't come up with content that makes sense, right? For people to see value in you. Versus someone just seeing you as like a friend and, online and you guys laugh together. That's all well and cool, but if you have a business, you want to sell your offers, you want to sell your products, you want to sell, and have a sustainable business. So, what we're going to lead into today, very much so, is about okay, you have that great thing, but do you even know how great it is before you can communicate it to anyone else? And that's very much where the branding comes in. That's where kind of the expansion of the marketing comes in. Do you really know? Like, yes, I have this particular service and it's great, and I have testimonials, or I know why people have worked with me before, but do you know deeply who specifically will buy from you every single time? So we're going to get into that. And I'm very excited. I think that this is so powerful that we're having this room. I love helping people kind of unlock different things. I love helping people really just fill in the dots, right? Even from, our audio rooms, in different episodes for podcasts and stuff, being able to just make kind of at least have small wins within the month, right? To be able to just keep going. Because this is a tough time for some people, with kind of inflation and like the upcoming potential recession and all of those things happening. People are getting really nervous about their business, so we're really focusing on marketing, right? This year and next year and really beyond is very much about who are the best marketers, who really will go the extra mile to learn what their audience needs in any given season, winter, spring, summer, and fall, because it might be different. It may be different in one year than it is another, but it's also in upcoming seasons. And I'm going to rest my mic in a second, but for example, as TC and I are planning, like I'm talking to her about next year. Like we're already planning. I'm talking to her about next year and what she's interested in doing next year and all of that stuff, because I know what seasons are coming. I know September, October, November, December. I know how entrepreneurs feel in that time. I work with a lot of moms, so I know kind of what's coming when it's okay, we have like September, we have, the stress of back to school, and then it's October and Halloween, and then it's the holidays, and then it's the end of the year, and have I accomplished my goals? And so as a business owner, I'm thinking of how can I attune my content to the season to make sure that I get through to people and help people in the season they're in.
Every time you want to step into that new space, that next thing in your business or that next level, right? I always ask myself, I personally always ask myself, why? Why me? Sometimes as individuals, we wait for people to ask us, why should I choose you? Like, I wouldn't let you ask me why. I would ask myself first. That part where, before you say something to me, I'm literally like asking myself. So I have answers just in case you get to ask me, right? Now, for every single time you want to set up maybe a marketing campaign, you want to maybe publish or introduce a new product or, introduce a new offer, the first question you want to ask yourself is why? Why should people choose you over the next? Why should people choose your product? Why should people choose this particular program? Now, you're not asking yourself these questions because you do not know why. You're asking yourself these questions because you want to be intentional in documenting what your unique selling proposition is. I'm literally going to go down to the basics in explaining to you what your unique selling proposition is. One, why you need to figure out what it is, right? Clearly document it. And I use the word documented because you're going to need it for what I'm going to talk about in the next 2 minutes. The conversion that you seek starts with the first phase in your customer purchasing journey, rightly put in your sales funnel. Now, if you're not able to close a particular ideal client in the awareness stage, it's going to be very difficult for you to close them in the decision making stage. Trust me, they won't even get there in the first place, right? You want to be very intentional with understanding how you can sign these people up because okay, Angelica, they already made their decisions even before they go into that next stage with you. That's my number one reason, right? Why it's important to define what sets you aside, right? What sets your product aside? What sets your offering aside? See, everybody can be a financial coach. Everybody can be a LinkedIn strategist. Everybody can be a health and wellness coach. But everybody cannot be Cassandra. Everybody cannot be Dr. Shari. Everybody cannot be Amanda. Everybody cannot be Angelica. Everybody cannot be TC. Now, what makes you different from the next coach in the same niche that you find yourself in? Documented. It might, see, I tell you, it might be very little. It might be very, very little. But you see, as minute as you think it is very important. So, even my mentor used to say this. She used to say, TC, it is the smallest things that you want to make. You want to blow up the smallest things because that is basically what matters. It's the smallest things that we think that, oh, people wouldn't notice. That is what people are looking for. Now, that's one of your unique selling proposition. Document it. Okay? You want to be able to find out, are my competitions, what are they doing that I have the strength and the ability, right, to even do better? There is something, see, everybody makes a mistake. That's the very interesting part. There is always a loophole. We are human beings, and because we're human beings, we're never perfect, right? Meaning there is always a loophole. Now, the super perfect seven figure uh, coach that you see online, right? There is a loophole in their process. All you need to do is find out. Most times, it's usually very, very small. But you see, that very small might be the reason why 30% of their leads are being washed away. Now, your goal is to take advantage of those 30%, right, that are slipping off that high end seven figure, right? Take them off. That's your goal because you want to use what they think is minute. Most times, right, we, even as we scale, we have this tendency of forgetting that there are different stages in our customer purchasing journey. Now, our ability to keep making money without working so much is when you're able to tap into every stage in your customer purchasing journey. Now, this is where your unique selling proposition comes into place because then you're able to understand clearly, right? Why are these people around me? Now, the reason why Cassandra is here might be a certain reason. Now, it might be different from why Dr. Sherby is here. It might be different from why Angelica is here, right? But you see, at the end of the day, you all love being in Teecee and Aries space, right? Now, there's a common goal, right? We all love each other, okay? And you love to hear what we have to say. Now, the stage where you're in might be different. Now it's up to me as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, to figure out what stage you're in. Right now, I know why you're choosing me. Okay, because I know why you're choosing me, I'm able to at least I have grabbed your attention. Right, I have gotten your attention. Now I have your attention. Now I'm able to leverage what I have to get what I need from you. Now that is my role. That's my job. Okay. Now, with leveraging your unique selling proposition, you can channel it right into your pre-launch marketing campaigns. We're going to get to that, right? And as much as I would love to um, give you like a little breakdown on how you can craft out and leverage your unique selling proposition, when I mean your pre-launch activity, right, I mean what you're doing right now, right? What you get to do, all of your social media activities, all of your marketing efforts, way before you finally introduce that offer to say, hey, ladies, my audience, this is what I have for you right now. Take it, right? Now, what you get to do before you finally introduce your offerings, that is what your faith is about, right? Now, I'm actually saying leverage on what your unique selling proposition is. So making sure that you start converting from the get go, from the awareness stage, from the pre launch stage. Now, who says that you can't start selling out on a launch that you're yet to introduce way before you get to introduce it? Do you know how many people, right, get to sell their courses way before they even publish the courses, way before they even tell you the courses are available to be sold or available to be bought? The smart way to go about your product or your services, right, is sell it before you produce it. That's how it works. Sell your offerings way before you produce it. Now, how do you do it? The magic happens in the first stage of your customer purchasing journey, which is the awareness stage, which is your typical pre-launch stage, your pre-launch marketing stage, right? So I'm just going to pause here to see Erin has to say. No, but typically, I think I want Erin to touch base on, leverage human design, right? How we're able to understand ourselves better, right? In figuring out a unique selling proposition that makes us stand out so that we're able to confidently market before we even get to start asking for the sale.
Yeah, definitely. So I in regards to human design, the basis of it is that we're all here to help a certain type of people. Right. And so that comes up in marketing. That's what we're talking about. And human design very much is on the energetic level, whereas branding and marketing is more on kind of the social media, the email marketing, the person to person level, which is good. But then human design takes it to, a deeper, kind of more intrinsic level. And so if you think of, and I use me and TC, or TC and I, as an example, right? So, like, if we were to put our charts together, are in some ways that the fact that we complete each other. Like, there are defined centers that she has that are very beneficial to me. And then there are defined centers that I have that are very beneficial to her. So when we come together in the same room, in, whatever we do together, it is even more powerful because we're magnifying each other's strengths. And so, what's interesting, I think, and I'm going to give you guys some examples of how to really understand, why me, right? Like, why are people choosing me? I'm going to give you guys some concrete examples. Um, but I was actually just thinking about this last weekend because I found TC on Clubhouse. And even though I'm not on Clubhouse anymore, it took me sitting in an audience and hearing TC speak once. I can't remember exactly what it was about now. I think it was, I don't know, I think she was just talking about like her business and her offerings and certain things. The energetic part of her voice is what attracted me, and the reason why I know that is because I don't know exactly what it was. It was something about her voice that I was like, I want that. And so that's very much about human design, right? Like, very much about, I'm not sure exactly what it is about that person, but they make me feel safe. They make me feel seen in the pitch, in the tone of their voice. And so then I, was like, hey, do you want to do rooms with me? And so that was kind of how our relationship grew. A lot of us are looking for the hardest way to market and the most complex way to sell, and it's not that at all, right? You're making extra work for yourself.
My question, okay, I know that now you know your unique selling proposition. You're like thinking in your head right now. You're trying to figure out, what's mine? How clear is mine? And all of that, right? I want to ask a question. Who here in the room, like if you have a clear and concise unique selling proposition, drop a heart for me. Like right now, drop a heart for me. Now, if you don't and you want to craft your unique selling proposition, now understanding what your unique selling proposition is different from crafting it. You know that, right? Because when you understand what this means is you've gone from stage 1 to stage 3, right? Now, for you to go from stage 3 to stage 10, from stage 3 to stage 10, means that you know what it is. Like you've literally crafted it out and you're using it for conversion. Because the idea behind understanding your unique selling proposition is leveraging it for conversion, right? Leveraging it to drive in results. Um, we know what makes us different. We know what makes us stand out. But do people know this? Do your target audience know this? Can they clearly see it? Do they see it with the way you show up? Do they see it in your content? Do they see it? Can they identify it? Now, even if they see it, can they identify it? Ask yourself these questions. Now, all of these questions are really very important because that's basically how you're able to see the conversions, right? I I think for me, every single quarter, I'm very intentional with going back to my unique selling proposition to update it. Because you see, as you grow, remember your target audience, there's a likeliness that it might not like really big change, but some people it could change depending on your level of growth, right? It could really change. It could be like abstract, hey, I'm no longer serving these people, I'm now serving this category of people. It could just be like a little tweak, right? Now, depending on what expansion of growth means for you want to go back to ensure that the unique selling proposition is clear, concise, and easy to literally consume. Now, you also want to make sure that, aside from the fact that your target audience understand your unique selling proposition, remember, you know this now. Erin has helped us understand what it is. But if you're the only one that know why you're special, you're the only one that know how special your product is, then it's not going to translate to money, right? Then it's as good as not useful, right? Now it's your ability to communicate this. That's what makes it different. I'm going to give you an example. So most times people say, so I've seen this a whole lot, especially for my e-commerce clients, right? And then you see, and then you ask questions like, most times I ask them like, oh, okay, so what are you doing that is different? And then I'm sorry to blush, but I get this always, right? And then I hear statements like, well, TC, we offer fast shipping, or somebody's, so there's this recent one I heard from a client of mine, and she's like, TC, we do a lot, right? We offer fast and free shipping. And I'm like, okay, good. Fast and free shipping. Now that's cool. That's good. Everybody can do that. But how about you say that you get the order delivered within 24 hours for ultimate convenience? How does that sound? And she's like, oh, now that's different. And I said, now you want to make you different in the heart of your target audience. You're not doing, it's not like you're doing anything overboard. You're not going outside your, you're not doing anything extraordinary for you. Like when you think about it, it's nothing extraordinary, right? But you see, for your target audience, it is over the moon, right? It's like you're doing so much for them, and they're like, "Oh my God, Erin, you do so much. Oh my God, Vivian, you just give and give and give." And but in your heart of hearts, you know that this is like 1% of what it is, right? Now, it is your ability to communicate it in the language that they understand. That's basically what makes you actually different. Now, I can be in the same space with Eric, doing the same thing. Like we're both doing human design. We are, super good experts human design. But now, if I am not able to clearly communicate why how I do what I do is different from Eric, it just feels like it's the same thing. But actually, it's true. It's the same thing. It's actually the same. But is that what you want to make your ideal clients feel? Is that the experience you want to give to people? No. Now, when I gave her this example, she's like, TC, that is smooth. And I'm like, that makes all of the difference. Now, what you said and what I just said is the same, but it feels different. And she's like, you know what, I'm changing this on my website. And I'm like, hold on, hold on, think about it first and be sure that that's your unique selling proposition. That's what's making you stand out. Because if that's not what's making you stand out, you're just taking my words, but you're not keying into what makes you stand out. I'm just giving you an example of how you can reframe how you highlight the benefits your product, your services provides, or provides to your target audience, right? This is very important. Now, let me give another example. We are creating content, for example, like pre-launch content, marketing pieces. We're sending out emails. We're sending out, content emails, all of that. Most times we want to leverage our unique selling proposition, right? Which is good. Obviously, show proof. Okay, you have a lot. You want to show proof, and you want to do it in terms of the testimonials, case studies. Stag. Or you just got an award, or you just got maybe published and maybe an article, all of that. Yes, you want to showcase that. Okay, good. But are you able to clearly demonstrate the value that you claim you provide, even within showcasing that testimonial or that amazing case study? Because that's what makes it different. Leveraging your unique selling proposition in all of these things should reflect your authenticity, and it should align step by step, stage by stage. It should resonate with your brand story, your personality. And literally let everything align, right? So that when I see something from you on LinkedIn, I see something from you from your emails, I see something from you on on Instagram, wherever it is, I'm able to identify with you and say, oh, this is Dr. Sherry. This is her life. This is you. It could just be maybe your profile picture, right? It could be as little as this. And that's why branding is very important, right? Because then you're able to channel your USP into your brand because you want people to remember you for something. It could be very little, but make so much noise about what exactly you feel is little. See, marketing is about who makes the loudest noise. Take it or believe it. It's the truth. It's really all about who makes the loudest noise. Now, I'm not saying make the loudest noise by stressing yourself out. No, I'm saying show up without taking a huge toll on yourself. That's what saying. And that's where your unique selling proposition basically comes into place.